Hi friends, it's Vagabond Moon. I hope you all are doing very well on this wonderful Wednesday. Today I'm so excited to start a new series on my channel. This is going to be a magical herb series. I've had this request for a while and honestly it was kind of intimidating when I first got it. I wasn't really sure how I wanted to go about compiling information about herbs into the videos. So I went back through my old books and I started reading up about them, got a little refreshed, and I decided the best way for me to do this series was to pick an herb per video and to go through its magical properties. Most herbs have medicinal purposes and practical uses and culinary uses, so I thought that putting all of that into one video would just make it very long. So I'm just going to focus on the magical purposes, and I have a page of notes front and back, so I'm going to be referring to this. If you want any more information on the herbs that I'm going to be getting into in this series, I'm going to try to put links below for the websites that I find very credible, and if I use any websites in my research, I will definitely link them down below. So with that all being said, this first video is going to be focusing on, can you guess? Roses. So the first thing we're going to be getting into is just a general overlook of roses. So roses are used for love. They are a love herb. It's good for calming tensions, and I actually learned this from Lady Gravedancer's video on roses. If you and your partner get in a fight, roses can help ease the tension after it just by their scent alone. And if you burn a rose, or if you burn a rose incense, you have rose room spray or rose essential oil and you put it in a diffuser, just the smell alone will help to uplift the spirits of those who had just gone through the argument, and it will help the tensions to dissolve away. To promote harmony within a home, especially if you live with your romantic other, you could make like a rose water or a rose room spray. Spray it on your house, and that promotes loving and peaceful relations. So now I want to talk about the rose stem. I think I mentioned rose stems once on my channel, and that was when I used it in a Come To Me oil. But you can use a rose stem in oils. Some people, they question that because it has thorns on it, but if you're using the whole stem and not just the thorns by themselves, it can be used to draw in love. You can also use the rose stem as a natural wand if you don't have like a crystal wand. I use a selenite wand like this. But if you don't have a wand or you just want to use something natural, you can use a rose stem. So that's another use for that. For thorns, if you just use the thorns alone, they can be used for revenge spells, they can be used for cursing spells, and they can be used for protection since they're sharp and they hurt. So you can put them in a protection jar, a protection sachet. Just the thorns alone aren't used for anything related to love. They're mostly used for like bad things. If you work with gods and goddesses, you most likely know what herbs and what other things they work with. So for the gods and goddesses that work with roses, there's Hathor, Eros, Cupid, Demeter, Isis, Aphrodite, and Venus. And there's a few more, but those are the ones that are the most known to work with roses well. Some of these gods and goddesses have also been said to have used roses. So for example, Isis was said to have used roses in her home. Because roses correspond with love, most of these gods and goddesses correspond with love. Like Aphrodite, Isis was the goddess of love, beauty, and just the head goddess basically. So those gods and goddesses correspond with roses. So I mentioned this in my commitment oil video. Roses come in different colors, and each color represents something different. Red roses can be used for love, sex, lust, and beauty spells. White roses can be used for purity, innocence, and fertility spells. Yellow roses can be used for fertility, happiness, joy, and friendships. Specifically, friendships that you want to last for a lifetime. Orange roses are for desire, friendship, and passion. And pink roses are for appreciation, happiness, and joy. So now I'm going to move on to something that you can make with roses that is magical in itself, and it is rose water. It's actually become such a craze in like the beauty world. I see it so much on Pinterest, on YouTube in like natural beauty videos because it is so good for like beauty purposes. People use it if they have acne, people use it as toners, but like I said, I want to kind of keep this to just the magical purposes. But rosewater has made such a name for itself because so many companies have started taking the more natural route and they've utilized the power of the roses. I just love how people are starting to use it. You can just go to the store, like I've gone to Marshall's and I've seen it on the shelf, and it's just so nice to see that because now if you don't have the time or materials to make it, you can actually go out in the store and buy some. But if you do that, just make sure it's not perfumed, make sure it's actually a natural rose water. But getting on to the magical properties, rosewater can be used for protection, especially if you put it on your clothing. If you are wanting protection when you are going out for the night, just spray it on your clothing, anoint your body with it. It is a great thing to use for protection. You can also use rosewater before you do a love spell or ritual. You can put some in the bath, you can put some on yourself. It'll help to enhance love and it'll help bring love to you. Like I said, it's also good for your skin. So if you decide to put it in a bath, it'll really help your skin. It'll help bring the oils out of it and just make your skin just feel so good. So that's one way you can use rosewater. Rosewater is also said to help enhance psychic abilities. So if you're going into a tarot reading or you're about to use your pendulum, whatever, you can use some rosewater to help enhance your psychic abilities. And lastly, rosewater can be used to help heal yourself spiritually, mentally, and also physically. Like I said, it's good for your skin, your hair, etc. Moving on, I want to talk about rosehips. If you string rosehips and you carry it with you, it is said to attract luck and love. If you string rosehips and you hang them in your home, it is said to promote unity and harmony and peace within the home. People also use rosehips as offerings to spirits. People usually do this to make a friendly offering. It is something good to give to a spirit. If you're someone who has nightmares, you can put some rosehip underneath your pillow, and this is used to promote better dreams. And I have heard that this works so well. You can put it in a sachet and place it under your pillow, or just put the rosehips in your pillowcase. Just put it underneath your head and it will really help to bring about better dreams for you. One last way that you can use rosehips is to put them in a bath. Just toss them into a bath if they're dried. And this is said to promote peace within yourself and self-confidence and self-love within yourself. And I think that that is such a great way to use them. Baths are such a great way to ground yourself, and we all could use some self-love. We all need some self-love. We need to love ourselves. So if you have some rosehips laying around, next time you want to take a bath, just toss them in there. So before I end this video, I want to do two more things. I want to just name some correspondences of roses. Roses correspond with the zodiac sign Taurus. They are a water element herb. They are a feminine herb, and their planet correspondence is the planet Venus. And to end this video, I want to list some magical ways that you can incorporate roses into your magics, rituals, your life, etc. If you're doing a spell to bring about a new friendship in your life, use yellow roses. That is one way you can use it. Like I said, you can put rosehips underneath your pillow for sweet dreams, but if you also want to bring about romantic dreams, you can put rosehips or rose petals in a sachet and speak your intention into the bag. I want romantic dreams, I want peaceful dreams. Seal it up and put it underneath your pillow, in your pillowcase, and that will help to bring about romantic or peaceful dreams. If you want to bring more beauty to yourself, if you're doing a beauty spell, put fresh rose petals in your bath. If you're doing a spell to break two people up, put fresh roses into the spell and let them rot. And as the roses rot, so will their relationship. You can also use roses to make your magical circle. Some people use salt, crystals, they do it with their fingers, but you can also use roses. And a craftier thing you can do is you can make a wreath out of roses and hang it on your front door. And if you do this, it is said to bring romantic love and peaceful relations to your home. So that is my very first video on this magical herb series. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to do 1 or 2 videos a week on this series, and I'm still deciding how long I want this series to be. I don't know if YouTube still does this, but I remember there used to be a poll, like you could do polls and it'd be like in a little eye in a circle up in the corner of the screen. I'm going to try to put that up there in the corner, and I'm going to put a list of herbs. If you guys would so kindly vote on that for which herb video you want next, I would really appreciate that. But if it doesn't come up, just please leave a comment below. I was caught in between doing basil, lavender, rosemary, or mugwort. So please let me know what you guys want to see next, and let me know how you guys like this video. I'm going to try to keep these videos short and sweet and to the point. But if you guys want me to incorporate anything else into these videos, please let me know down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!